Hello, everybody. Long time no see. It is Chris, and today I'm here to talk about Vans Warped Tour 2015. Now, this tour has been going on for a very long time now, and I'm sure a lot of people have already been there or are accustomed to what the tour is about. But if not, I am your guide for the year, so to say, as of many YouTubers are probably doing. But I'm just here to give you a couple of tips and also some bands you should probably check out this summer if you do get a chance to go to Vans Warped Tour. Alright, so starting off, I'm going to talk about some bands you should see. I listed 15, I have them written down here. It was actually a very hard decision because there's about 30 bands I would like to see. I've seen some already, so I took about 12 or 13 off the list because I've already seen them, and it's something I probably don't need to see again. But starting off at number 15, I picked 68. Now this is actually Josh Scogin's new band. If you ever listen to The Chariot, this is his new group effort with him and his drummer buddy. I'm not sure who it was. But yeah, if you want like a really great, aggressive, different style of like chaotic sort of post-hardcore music, this is definitely for you. I'm pretty sure it's just Josh and the guy drumming who are on stage. And I've seen some live stuff. I got to see The Chariot 2 years ago, so I was lucky enough to see it before they broke up. And he has a great stage presence, and even when he's just playing away on guitar, he just has so much emotion. And it's definitely a band that you really, really shouldn't miss out on, so give it a chance. Number 14, I picked Knuckle Puck, one of the newest edition of Rise Records. As far as pop punk bands go, they've been growing a lot and a lot more popular nowadays, but Knuckle Puck seem to have taken the pop punk scene by storm because they've sold so many of their EPs and everyone wants like prices of everything, and all those variant collectors seem to want everything Knuckle Puck related. So yeah, it's definitely a band I had to check out, and I don't blame Rise Records. They're a great band, they write great music, and yeah, their cover of Chocolate on the latest Punk Goes Pop album was actually probably one of the better covers in the last 3 or 4 cover albums. So yeah, number 13, Matchbook Romance. Now, some people, if you're new to Warped Tour or new to the music scene of sorts, Matchbook Romance took a hiatus about, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. It was a little while ago, and they finally have decided to come back, and this is pretty much their comeback tour, is on Warped Tour. They are not playing the entire tour, but the days they are playing is the start of the tour in June, and I think they're leaving midway through July, maybe the end of July. Don't count me on it, I forgot to write down the dates. But yeah, as far as if you're, you know, if you were listening to this kind of stuff like back in 06 or 08, you know, when they were dropping a lot of their popular songs and better albums, yeah, this is definitely a band you shouldn't miss. I know the fact I want to see them is because I never had the chance to see them because they were broken up. So yeah. Number 12, Neck Deep. Again, pop punk bands that take the world by storm. This is actually the band that would shock you the most. I mean, they started as, I'm pretty sure it was Ben Barlow, just a singer. One of their acoustic songs got really popular on YouTube, and just after that it exploded. 2 EPs and a full length later, they're just one of the most dominant pop punk bands in the world. Definitely a band to see. Really great live, and yeah, just don't miss them. At number 11, While She Sleeps. This is definitely one of the best things to come out of the UK, along with Neck Deep. I saw these guys at Download last year, and they were absolutely insane. They were on the main stage. They were on early in the day, but even still, like with that many people there, they tore it up. And with a smaller crowd at Warped Tour with mosh pits going on, it's just going to be madness. Number 10, Beartooth. Beartooth. The thing about Beartooth is they put out one of my favorite albums last year, and they're really, really aggressive live. But I think the problem some people may see, at least I did when I spotted a couple songs last year at Warped Tour they did. Caleb can't do the exact same thing live. He puts a lot of the emotion into it, which is the main part. You want to put on a good performance, but he can't hit it the same as he does on recordings, and it affects it minorly, you know. So it's not as good live. But as far as like a band effort, definitely a band you don't want to miss, especially if you're a person that's going into mosh pit. Me personally, not it, but I just really enjoy the band. Number 9, Fit for a King. I don't want to call them the kings of metalcore, but as far as putting out 2 dominant albums in the past 4 years that really just keep metalcore interesting for some fans, I'd say it was definitely a rare case, but they've done it, and they're really, really great. Live, I can't say it, I haven't seen anything live by them, hence why I'm going to check them out. But yeah, due to their last 2 albums being amazing, I had to check them out. Number 8, Our Last Night. Now, the thing about Our Last Night, they've been together about 10 years, I think now. And they've put out a lot of albums, and they've recently got most popular because they've slowly changed their sound over. Ever since their last album on Epitaph Records, Age of Ignorance, they've transitioned into what they were as a more heavier post-hardcore band into a newer rock band. And it's really interesting. They do a lot of cover of popular songs like Katy Perry and Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez. I'm sure you've heard some of them by now if you ever go on YouTube and listen to music. But yeah, they still do a really great job live, and they have, I think it's a great idea what they did. Their change has gained them a higher following and have given them a reason to go on as an independent band. It's genius. Definitely an awesome band. Definitely got to check them out. Number 7. I don't want to say it wrong, but as far as probably, I have them at number 7, but top 5 I don't want to miss is Privis, or Privis? I can't say it right. P-V-R-I-S. So, but yeah, they put out an album last year that I don't think a lot of people expected to be as good as it was because they're on Ross Records. And I think if I heard this right, I didn't do research on the band. They used to be like a metal band, and they went to this just radio alternative rock sound, and it's just amazing. Like how Lynn's vocals and everyone else in the band just mixed together to make such like a catchy, soothing, great rock sound. And yeah, they were on, I think, Warped Tour last year. I'm really pissed I missed them. I only found out about them after Warped Tour. So, catching them this year. Do not miss her reverse. Okay, number 6. Now, I'll probably get some judgment for this, but I picked Pierce the Veil for number 6. There's a lot of great bands that could have made the list, but it goes as this. As far as the scene of music goes for popular bands who bring crowds and are an attraction for any tour, especially Warped Tour, Pierce the Veil are a band that will have a crowded stage every day, whether they're on first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening. They will have a crowd. People can complain all they want. That's the way it is. Pierce the Veil, I've never seen them live, which is strange. I could have in 2012. That's a different story. I'll talk about that another time. But yeah, I'm really pissed, so I'm going to go see them this summer. I'm really excited. I heard they're really great live. And yeah, Collide with the Sky was actually one of my favorite albums a few years ago, so just I don't want to miss it. Number 5, 100th. Now, I've known about 100th for a long time, but it was only last year I decided to give their discography a chance, and I was blown away. I was like, whoa. It was great, and I heard they're just so emotionally draining live in a good way. That, you know, they just put on such a performance that, like, it's breathtaking, and just the way their alternative sense of hardcore, where, yeah, they're a hardcore band, or a melodic hardcore, if you want to subgenreize everything. But yeah, definitely the reason they're number 5 is I'm not missing these guys, no matter what. Number 4, Senses Fail. Another band I could have seen a few years ago. Again, story for another time. Senses Fail they're a band that have transitioned from sort of like scene known post-hardcore band, or whatever you call them, to this new and reborn Senses Fail that is like aggressive and like turning into like a hardcore, like a melodic hardcore band. And I love it. Their last album, Renace, I can't say it correctly, but it was such a great album. It was totally different from anything else in their catalog, and the split they put out with Man Overboard was even better, and I just can't wait to see a new full length coming out this summer. I'm sure you can pick it up at the Band's Warped Tour. Haha. Number 3, Being as an Ocean. I think anyone who is alive listening to good melodic music, Being as an Ocean have become that band. Like, they're that band on Tumblr, they're that band on Facebook, and that's what it is. It is what it is, and they are great live. Their last album was just breathtaking. I loved it. Definitely not going to miss them. Check out Being as an Ocean. Number 2, The Amity Affliction. I've seen them twice. I think technically already twice, and I want to see them a third time. I don't want to miss them. They're so great live, and Let the Ocean Take Me was like my favorite album last year, and it's just Joel and Aaron, their vocal styles go so well together in a genre that people will call boring and beaten with a dead horse. I totally disagree with that, and listen to Let the Ocean Take Me and you'll probably agree with me. Alright, last, number 1. Anyone who's followed my channel for years will know why I picked this band. Can you guess? 3, 2, 1. No? Okay. Silverstein. Now, I've seen Silverstein 9 times live. Okay? 9 times. I've seen them in Canada, I've seen them in America, and I've seen them in Ireland. Again, different story for different time. But it was amazing. And to count number 10 this year, after missing the 10th anniversary of Discovering the Waterfront, my favorite album, couldn't go to it. I get to see them at Warped Tour, and I couldn't be more excited. They're touring their new album, and that's going to drop soon. So that's going to be probably the best album of the year. Just calling it ahead of time. So yeah, that is 15 bands you definitely do not want to miss. And let's get to the next topic. Alright, so if you're new to Warped Tour, I'll give you a hint on some tips, I guess I should say. More of tips than a hint. This will be my 5th year straight going. I learned in 2011, my first year going, you definitely need to have a heads up for what you're doing. First and foremost, hydrated. Stay hydrated. If you're not hydrated at these shows, they offer free water. Just take a bottle, empty it out, whatever, beforehand, because they won't let you in with an open bottle that's full. You'll need a lot of water throughout the day. It gets so hot at these tours, and you don't think you need it, but regardless of whatever you're doing, stay hydrated. And sunscreen, that is, I cannot even state how important that is. Everyone knows how important sunscreen is. But at a show like this with so many people and the sun beating down on you, I was at Warped Tour 2 years ago. I was in Toronto, and it wasn't even sunny. The sun wasn't coming through the clouds, and I got sunburned. And I had sunscreen on. So apply sunscreen a lot during the day. Very important. So water and hydration is really important. Now, if you're like me, you love band merch. Like, it's what it is. You buy a lot of band merch. So, like, you want to have cash on you. If you're going to take cash, hide it well. Put it in your sock. Make sure you have, like, I want to say tight jeans. Have, like, the shorts with, like, a zipper. I don't know. Keep your money safe. I've seen some sketchy people at these shows before. Keep your shit safe. Put it in your pocket. If you have a backpack, come light. Come prepared. Have, like, maybe your bottle of water, your sunscreen, some other necessities, nothing too heavy, because you end up leaving with a lot of freebies and you're going to buy merch. It's just the way Warped Tour is. And speaking about merch, freebies, make sure you check out sponsorship tents. Like, they give out a lot of free stuff, and it's usually pretty good. Like, I've left with bandanas, I've left with hats, stickers, posters, pamphlets, and as a collector, I love that stuff. So it's always fun to go and say, they take 2 minutes of your day, 2 minutes to hear about this one thing. Like, and there's a lot of good causes. So, I mean, whatever it is, just take 2 minutes of your day. Go check it out. There's a reason they put the sponsorships there. If you're going to go somewhere, you can check out the band's main tents. Obviously, you want to support the band. I'd highly suggest checking out Records tents. Now, usually every year there's Rise Records, Equal Vision Records, Fearless Records, and In Vogue Records. That's just a few of the ones I remember off the top of my head. But if you're like me and you love CDs and vinyl, they always usually have a great catalog from the rest of their bands that are not on Warped Tour, because normally, as you know, bands would sell their own stuff, so they're not taking money away from them. So yeah, just check out other tents like that. It's just really great, and I've always found a lot of great stuff going to random tents, and usually have great freebies. I left Rise Records tent last year with more stickers than I could count. I love free stickers. Yeah, so that's just a few things. Yeah, let's get into my next topic. Okay, so we talked about bands, we talked about some safety and some precautionaries. Very minor stuff that you probably already knew about. This year, Warped Tour seems to be expanding out with YouTubers, as they've already done in previous years. I think Brian Stars is there, I think D Fizzy is there, I think, what's his name, Austin... is it Austin Jones, I think is his name? He's a really good singer. I found him on Vine, but yeah, I can't remember his name right now, and a couple others. But I don't really keep up with a lot of YouTubers nowadays. Yeah, the thing they're doing this year is really strange, is comedians. I think it's kind of cool to test the waters with a comedian tent. I'm an avid fan of stand-up comedy. I love stand-up comedy. During my day at Warped Tour, where I'm assigned to go see bands, I probably won't take the time out to see, but I respect it nonetheless. I don't know any names, but it's just like bands on Warped Tour. If you don't know the name, check it out. You might like it. Don't be scared to try something new. Yeah, so make sure you do. I think if, they have the bring your parents for free thing, and the parents want to go see some stand-up comedy, it's genius. Great thing. They get some comedians exposure across America, some places in Canada, and yeah, it's best idea. So, yeah. Right on. Alright guys, that is a minor discussion about Warped Tour. I could go on for days talking about why I'm excited. I'm sure there's probably bands that I missed that you will be mad at me for not mentioning, like August Burns Red or anyone like that. But again, it's bands I've seen and bands I don't really need to see live again for a while. That they've already done it for me. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. I want you to tell me why you're excited for Warped Tour, what bands you're gonna see. You can give me 5 or 10. The reason I listed 15 is there's gonna be clashes during the day. You don't know if you're gonna see your favorite band or not. So it's always good to have some options open up. So that's 15 bands I would suggest to you personally. Go check out one song by all 15 bands if you haven't already or you don't know who they are. You won't regret it. It's a lot of great music right there. A lot of great bands that try really hard at what they're doing. Yeah, so tell me about Warped Tour, why you're excited, what date you're going to. If you can guess what date I'm going to, I'll give you a shout out next time I do a video. I'll give you a hint. It's in the summer. No, I'm just kidding. It's in June, and yeah, that's the hint you're getting. So good luck, and I'll see you guys next time. As always, oh, one more thing. You hate me for this. I'm on Instagram, on my Facebook page, which I recently started using again because I've been busy. I'll have them linked down below. And that's the last thing I'm going to say. Always remember, it's music for today, music for tomorrow, music for life. Peace out, everyone.